Well, hello out there, all you viewers to play later. How we doing today? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever time it is when you're watching this video. Today, we got an oldie but a goodie for you. From my understanding, when I got it, these guys were basically released in 2016. But they're still out there. I want one. That's right. As you know by that thumbnail you clicked on to get here today, we're taking a look at Warhammer 40k Space Wolves Iron Priest. Now, in any other chapter, they're pretty much called Tech Marines. Except us backwards Fenrisian guys, they're Iron Priests. Oh, yeah. Firstborn. Lots of fun on this guy, and I will admit, when I first put him together, I was a little intimidated by it, but we're going to get into all that in just a moment. You know we have to get the adulting out of the way. So first up is a word from our unofficial sponsor.
So there I was, 23 years old, prime of my life. I woke up one morning, looked in the mirror, and my hair was thinning. It was all falling out. It wasn't until I discovered this one solution that changed everything. My first initial thought was, it's gotta be genetics, right? It's not my fault, this is genetic. Go and find out. I'm not the only one dealing with thinning hair and confidence issues. And it was nuts because we started to change everything in our routine.
We started looking at what we were putting in our bodies, what we were eating, how much water we were intaking, and then we started working out and taking care of ourselves, but still something was missing.
But also what we put on our body is drastically important to our skin and hair health. So we ditched all of those chemical fill products. We started using healthy, organic ingredients and took it upon myself to start creating these organic ingredient products to help people. I have a solution for you. Ditch all of those chemical fill products and grab something that's organic, natural, handmade, something that your family will thank you and your health will thank you. Make the switch today.
Great company, veteran-owned company, made here in the USA. Click the link down below. Don't forget to use your viewer-exclusive discount code. Now, I'm filming this video on Thursday, February 29th, 2024. Welcome to Leap Year. Woohoo! And it is currently on Amazon for $31 Prime, 1 day eligible. Remember, those things can change over the course of whatever. Okay, so if it's Space Wolf related and I can track it down, I want it. Bless you. We still have Grandpa Nurgle infesting my house. It's just moving from child to child. I think me and the cuteness factor have gotten over it. He went back to his garden, concocted something else, and Rodriguez came after the brat. But still, for those of you who know, you know. But like I said, if I can track it down, I want it. I want to bring it into the fold. I want to bring it into the force. I want to paint it just to say I got my hands on one and had a blast with it. Now, this one came in a clamshell. So that's why you're not seeing a box or anything else. I had to cut it open to get inside it. If you're unfamiliar with G-Dub products, well, number one, welcome to my channel. Number two, everything they make comes on a sprue. This is the one for the Iron Priest. Every little piece on there, I don't know if you can see that too well, has a number right by it. And it makes it easy peasy when you're following the instructions, which are right on the back, to put it together. The stuff that's in blue is where you're working. The stuff that they have in yellow is basically where they want you to put the super glue or plastic glue. I am going to tell you honestly, Army Painter plastic glue has been my go-to plastic glue for a while now. Bonds pretty quick, holds things together. If you mess something up and you get to it quick, you can pretty much pry it apart and get it where it's got to go. Unlike Gorilla Glue Gel, which is great. Seriously, it is my go-to for resin figures. And that thing bonds, that's it, you're never getting it apart. Okay. I had one little issue, and it was on part number 2. Because I kept trying to match cables up in a certain area, and it wasn't going, until I moved it around a little bit and went, oh shit, there we go. But you may run into a small thing, and I hate trying to match cable to cable. It's like the bane of my existence, but it had to be done. Alright, this one is kind of a treat because I'm experimenting with new things for my bases. So the Iron Priest is totally painted, totally put together, and here he is. I've been experimenting with cork and new ways to do some snow. The cork bases are really, really, really simple. Go to any craft store, you can find little sheets of cork. As a matter of fact, this is the one I used with this guy. Basically what I did was kind of put them down like that, drew a line across, cut it out, and I got 3 little paving stones out of that piece. They're really easy to do. Smother them in black, highlight up a bunch of gray, do a white, and give it either a Nuln Oil wash or Targar Raid Shade, and you're going to get some great looking stones. I'm going to tell you though, cork, it absorbs like a mug, so you may have to do your base coat black in a couple. What I've been doing is going to Walmart and getting that Apple Barrel Craft Paint black, because I know I'm going to use a lot. 50, 60 cents for a big bottle is a hell of a lot better than spending, what, $5, $6 for a small thing of a Baden Black? Just there. Now, like I was saying, right there on the back with all the cables, for some reason I was trying to match those cables right there to that little bit right there, and it just wasn't going, and it was frustrating the ever-loving F out of me. So finally, when I just started moving around a little, I went, oh, okay, there we go. It also really helped that I got the Joy Toy version of this guy, which will be in a future video, in the next day, so I could look at it and go, haha, that's where I've been messing up, and that's when everything just kind of fit. Now, with his hammer here, I did things a little bit differently, because I took a look at that, and I really wanted to truly try to copy that hammer. So basically, after I got the metallics exactly how I wanted them on the hammer, I went over the blue with Frostheart right out of the pot, which gave me that great glowing blue. And if you had noticed on the front of the hammer, it looked like it was a glowing orange, but I tried to keep it inside the little indents there. And I used Fugrum Orange, I think it was. It was a deep, dark, like orangey looking glowing thing, and I was okay with that. So the hard part for me, and like I said, I got a little intimidated by him, is all the cables that were all over him. Did I want to do them different colors? Did I want to do the yellow layer with the black down, which just drives me insane? So I decided to pick out certain cables in certain colors, do other cables different colors, and then highlight them up a little differently before they got a Nuln Oil wash. All the metallics on there are just like a really dark copper that got, and this is really weird, oh god, it's an Army Painter speed paint that's like their equivalent of a bleached bone. It's like skull something. I washed that over first, and then I went over it with Agrax Earthshade mixed with a bit of Nuln Oil. So that gave me really deep, dark highlights on the copper, which I really, truly liked. The armor for him, I just went with my standard Space Wolf's Gray scheme that I do. And the one thing that I did a little differently, you can see a bunch of skin on top of his head. Well, on the Joy Toy version, that's all Space Wolf's Gray. But I wanted to give a little bit of humanity into him, because a lot of these guys that praise the All Messiah are trying to become fully mechanized. Look at the Tech Priests of Mars. You know what I'm talking about. So I decided to give him a little bit of skin in there, and that was just simply AK Interactive's cork with some Gulliman flesh over the top. Now, thankfully, for the smaller wolf bits, I should say stickers, that like there and there, on the transfer sheets, they gave some for scouts that were just perfect to fit in those areas. I really don't care that like a little bit of, I thought it was completely dry, but the Targar Raid Shade bled up through the snow. I don't care, I'm fine, because not all snow is perfectly white. You got muddy stuff, you've got trampled stuff, you've got grass growing through it. Like I said, I'm experimenting more on making more scenic bases for people. I know, it's raising it up, it's going to be easier to shoot at, that kind of thing. I don't care. I'm having some fun trying to do things differently. Push yourself, expand your knowledge base, and man, what's going to happen to your miniatures is going to be unreal. I do have a future video planned where I took 3 miniatures, 2 from my Wolves, 1 from my Custodes Force, got the same figure in, and repainted it with the talents and stuff that I have now, and the colors I have now. It's amazing how much night and day difference you can pull off. But there he is, seriously. My firstborn Iron Priest. Looks a lot different than the pewter miniature I had back in 2nd edition. I tell you what. Okay, now we are at the best part of the video. We really, really, truly are. I want to know your questions, comments, love, hatred, anger, all that fun stuff down below. Do you do Space Wolves? Do you have one of these guys? Did you kind of be like, "Ooh, wow, there's a lot on this miniature. God, it's going to be a bit." You know, when you dove into it, do you have any tips, tricks, anything else like that? I mean, we're all at different levels of painting, right? The best advice I have for you for painting is just have fun. As long as you like that miniature, I don't care what anybody else thinks. Now, if you go to somebody else and go, be brutally honest with me, expect a big old slap in the face. But it's fun to talk shop with painting and go, hey, I tried it like this. Hey, I tried it like this. Hey, I was watching the War Hipsters channel. I tried to do it with contrast, but God, I screwed up. Look, I'm watching Peachy over at Peachy Tips. Go check him out. Seriously, go check him out. Where he paints everything at like a masterful level, but the way he describes it to you, you're like, oh, I got that. I can do that. It's no problem. I know, just weird stuff. But still, like I said, any of those, leave them right down below. Now, if I made you laugh, made you cringe, made you cry, made you do any of that while filming this video, and I'm pretty sure that it did, please hit that big thumbs up. Number one, it's going to give you good karma, going to help you roll natural sixes. That's my theory. Go put it to the test. Start hitting some thumbs up, go roll some dice, and let me know what happens. You put out good, you get good back. It's also going to tell that all-popular algorithm we like what this guy's doing over here. There we go, guys. My weird, quick look at my Space Wolves Iron Priest. I want to thank you guys for watching this one. Hope you're having a safe day today, a great day today, and one day, Emperor willing, we'll be rolling dice across the tabletop.